access to private health care.
We know that early detection saves lives. When health issues are caught early,
The province says more details will come later this year. Dealing with debt.
We're looking at about 42% of Albertans, within $200 of not being able to meet their financial obligations.
How global politics are affecting our financial planning. And our love-hate relationship with social media.
So there's very few Canadians that are actually successfully quitting social media in a lot of ways.
Why we keep scrolling, even though we disapprove of the companies behind it. Good afternoon. We begin with breaking news. Police are at Mount Royal University responding to a weapons call. Kevin Green joins us from the scene. So Kevin, take us through what's happening there.
Ian, around 2:45 this afternoon, police responded to a call of a man inside Mount Royal University with a weapon. Police wouldn't specify what type of weapon, but they did respond here with a large presence. They've started to tear down the exterior perimeter that they set up around the building here. There's still, as you can see far behind me, a police presence by the west gate and a heavier presence on the east side of the building. Although the incident came in around 2:45, police did not issue a shelter-in-place order until nearly an hour later. The details are limited, and police say no one has been injured. In an email to all students and staff on campus, the chief safety officer from Mount Royal said that police members were on campus responding to the call. Police were looking for an individual matching the following description: a Caucasian male, mid-20s, wearing a black long-sleeve vest with a green Z on the back, dark jeans, glasses, and black shoes. They asked for help with students staying inside the school to assist the police with their investigation. We have just heard, only moments before broadcast, that the incident has been resolved. It's been resolved peacefully. Police say they'll have a spokesperson that can tell us more information in the next hour, and we'll update that in the 6 o'clock news when we're back.
That's good to hear. Thank you, Kevin. Albertans will have to wait to get the diagnostic tests they want and reimbursement for out-of-pocket costs, as promised by the province. Alicia Fieldberg joins us. So, Alicia, this was announced last year, but the UCP government says it isn't quite ready to be rolled out.
Ian, Bill 29 is just the first step in giving Albertans the power to order some of their own medical testing, potentially reducing their wait time by using private clinics. Now, the province would not say today which tests exactly might be reimbursed, but in the past they suggested Albertans may be able to get MRIs, body scans, or blood work done. Now, you can already pay to jump the line for some tests in Alberta, but for most you need a doctor's referral. The new legislation aims to change that. People would have to pay for the tests themselves or through private health insurance, and sometimes the province would repay people who covered the cost themselves, likely in serious cases where something life-altering is found. Alberta's health minister says that they're working out the regulations and expects to release details in the fall. She says medical tests referred by doctors will still be funded and prioritized, but says the changes will improve access.
we know that early detection saves lives. When health issues are caught early, treatment is often simpler, more effective, and less invasive. And it also leads to better outcomes for patients and less pressure on our healthcare system.
Now, Alberta Medical Association supports more opportunities for early diagnosis, but says removing the doctor's referral is problematic because in most people, the likelihood of finding an abnormality is actually high. Now, the likelihood that it's something serious is usually pretty low. So it says a lot of people would still become anxious and want to go see a doctor, which will cost time and money on the healthcare system.
Alicia, thanks very much. A majority of Alberta physicians have concerns about the province's proposed changes to medical assistance in dying. Alberta's government has introduced Bill 18 to limit MAID to those likely to die of natural causes within a year. Over 70% of physicians surveyed by the Alberta Medical Association view the 12-month timeline as inappropriate and misaligned with their ability to accurately predict timelines for a disease's natural progression. Over half are concerned about provisions that ban doctors from initiating a conversation about MAID with patients. A new survey shows Albertans are experiencing financial whiplash as volatile economic conditions disrupt long-term planning and are stretching their household budgets. According to the latest MNP Consumer Debt Index, 59% of Albertans feel their financial plans are being derailed by global uncertainty. A quarter of respondents feel they cannot afford to cover their bills on a monthly basis. MNP says 2,000 Canadians were surveyed over 2 days in early March.
We're looking at about 42% of Albertans, within $200 of not being able to meet their financial obligations. The debt situation here in Alberta has improved slightly for some, and for others, not so much.
The survey's margin of error is plus or minus 2.7 percentage points, 19 times out of 20. Several groups in Calgary are calling on council to move quickly to come up with a replacement for blanket rezoning. Jordan Canigan is in the southwest with more. And Jordan, the rezoning bylaw was just scrapped, and critics say it's left a vacuum.
And Ian, blanket rezoning was repealed last week after a 12-3 vote, but work to find some type of replacement for those zoning rules will likely take more than a year. What will happen, though, is most of those residential properties will revert back to base zoning being single-family homes and developments only. The mayor, though, says that council is committed to a new plan to deliver on more types of affordable housing units, such as townhomes and row homes, but they're not going to rush that process. He says community concerns over blanket rezoning were apparent and they needed a reset. Some on council believe a new zoning plan will take anywhere from 12 to 18 months. Housing advocates and affordability groups gathering at City Hall this morning to urge movement on a plan to get more homes built.
There's been lots of applications, but it takes time to build houses. It takes time to go through the process of getting permits. And we didn't let that process play out. And we didn't have the conversations about dealing with the key problems rather than throwing the whole plan out, which is what we ended up doing.
Now, part of council's work will be to look at establishing more local area plans, which are long-term policies that basically guide those communities through growth over many, many years. Now, there are 8 of those that are completed in Calgary, but officials say it will take 3 to 4 years to establish more of those local area plans. Ian?
Thank you, Jordan. Meantime, construction began today on a new residential tower in the East Village. This is the site where a 14-story mixed-use tower called Vibe will rise. It will house 218 rental units with 1 or 2 bedrooms each. There will also be shared spaces for residents on the main and second floors, as well as the rooftop. It's the second of 5 developments in the neighborhood set to begin this year. The building is expected to open in early 2028. There's another glitch in Calgary's efforts to repair the Bears Paw water feeder main. The city says the robotic pipe diver that was sent in to inspect the feeder main stopped moving. Workers tried to get it swimming again, but those efforts failed. Now crews will try to retrieve it this week. The city says this won't affect their ability to supply water for Calgarians, and it will look at other ways to inspect the pipe in the future. Danielle joins us now. Lots of sunshine today. It felt a bit like spring.
It's real pretty out there today.
Yes.
Yeah, the sun is out. The temperatures are warm for most of the day. The winds were all calm as well. They have started to pick up over this last hour. There are isolated showers and thunderstorms, non-severe, that are tracking through southern Alberta. So we have the potential through the evening hours to see an isolated sprinkle or even a little couple lightning bursts with that as well. 14 degrees is the daytime high and the current temperature. We're now gusting around 30 kilometers per hour, and we have gusts up to 40 kilometers per hour possible throughout the evening hours. Again, that small risk of any sort of weak thunderstorm activity up until about 9 p.m. Then it quiets down. The winds will be back for tomorrow, gusting up to 50 kilometers per hour. That will carry us to at least 13 degrees. It's a nice day once again, just a little less sunshine expected tomorrow because there will be a little more cloud cover. All right, that's your 24-hour forecast brought to you by 5th Avenue Volkswagen. Family owned, community driven. Discover more at 5th Avenue Volkswagen.
Thank you, Danielle. At the University of Calgary, they love to cheer on the dinos. And this weekend, there were hundreds of them coming up the world record attempt to mark the U of C's 60th anniversary. And run over on the road, a pedestrian sent to hospital with life-threatening injuries. Also, if you have a news tip, text us at 10400. A pedestrian is in hospital in life-threatening condition after they were run over by a vehicle. It happened in the Southwest just before 9 last night near 16th Avenue and 8th Street. Investigators say the victim was lying in the street and the driver didn't see them. The driver called police and remained at the scene. It was an unusual call for RCMP in Hannah, a trespasser inside a local business. When the Mounties responded, they found this intruder. Look at him. Surveillance video shows it triggered the automatic door and proceeded inside. Once the door closes, the beaver wanders around the store, showing a lot of interest in some firewood, but it can't seem to find its own way out. RCMP say after some coaxing and no use of force, they were able to usher the beaver out. Hope he or she is doing much better in a more appropriate venue for him or her. Okay.
He's just looking for some sunscreen.
Maybe that's it.
Like it's warm today.
Well, yeah.
A ball cap. I did do things.
'Tis the season.
Yes.
You could use a little sunscreen for maybe a couple days this week, but that's it, right?
Yep. Then we're, going back on that downward trend where it's just cold and, yes, snowy. I know that nobody wants me to say that word anymore this year, and I'm really sorry, but I have to say it again. All right, check out those cool clouds, those big clouds that look like popcorn at the top. We do have thunderstorm activity out there. That's one of them. I'm going to show you the radar in a second. Weak non-severe thunderstorms, but yes, a little bit of lightning with some of these cells that are pushing through. Temperatures are warm today, so the winds were calm everywhere all day. They just started picking up about an hour ago. The sun was out and temperatures got to this. So 14 degrees in Calgary right now. It's 17 in Medicine Hat, 15 in Drumheller down through Brooks and 12 in Pincher Creek. It will be around this warm tomorrow for most communities, but it'll be a little on the windier side and we'll have a little less sunshine. I'll show you that in just a second here. We just picked up to 59 kilometers per hour with regards to our max gust today in Pincher Creek, so that's accelerating there. And over the last hour, we got our first gust closer to 30 kilometer per hour mark in Calgary, and we have the potential for gusts up to 40, Calgary, Brooks, Drumheller, Red Deer, really for the next few hours, and then it will quiet down in those overnight hours and pick up again for tomorrow. Here's a look at that line of instability, and you can see these isolated showers and even non-severe thunderstorms. Now behind this, there's another wave of it, so that's why there's the potential for Calgary up to about 9 o'clock tonight to see any sort of sprinkle or non-severe thunderstorm activity. For the south, and especially closer to Medicine Hat, that chance lasts a little longer, so up until about the midnight hour. I just want to zoom into this one right here. Look at that. A little thunderstorm cell. You can see one lightning strike associated with this, or at least a couple, but this is one that's developing into another one as well, so there's two cells here. Again, this is not something that's severe, but we do have some lightning and it's a quick downpour. This will be brief and make its way out. There's that first line that's moving through now, and then we have another line that might move through in a little bit and through the evening hours. And then this will push off to the east, so Medicine has the potential of seeing some showers right till the midnight hour, and then this is tomorrow. So tomorrow we will have sunny breaks, but we will also have cloudy periods at times. To the east, the QE2 later in the day, we'll even see some showers. The real weather difference is Wednesday. Clouds increase throughout the day on Wednesday. We'll likely kick off with some showers later in the day, and Wednesday night and through Thursday, snow, which will be a little heavy at times, that wet snow. 13 degrees for tomorrow, 50 kilometer per hour gusts, more cloud cover, a late day shower on Wednesday, and then the snow from Wednesday night through Thursday, 2 to 4 centimeters. Another key thing for Thursday, yes, keep the big coat handy. You'll need it Thursday when we only have a high of -2.
Thanks, Danielle. The University of Calgary set a world record on Saturday. Thousands of people were at the university to help celebrate its 60th anniversary. As part of those celebrations, the university was looking to set a world record for the largest gathering of people dressed as dinosaurs. The old record was set in Florida last year at 468. With Guinness officials on hand, the UFC smashed that with 682 people wearing costumes of their favorite prehistoric creature. Music has a big impact on so many shows we watch, even though you might not be consciously aware of it. Still to come, from Keeping Up with the Kardashians to Jersey Shore, meet the Calgary composer whose work tells you how you should feel. Birth rate across North America is on the decline, and that could have a major economic impact. Joining me is Faisal Karmali, Portfolio Manager with the Popowich Karmali Advisory Group. And Faisal, what happened in the markets today?
Yeah, you'd think with the blockade in the Strait and the Trump threats that have been going on that the markets would tank. Well, that was the opposite. We saw a nice triple-digit rally on both sides of the border, oil up, and so was our Canadian dollar.
Meantime, we've gone from baby boom to baby bust in North America.
Yeah, we're talking about a bust because the fertility rate in both U.S. and Canada are at multi-decade lows. And in fact, when you add that lack of population growth and a slowing or no immigration increase, we could be peaking at our population growth both in the U.S. and Canada by roughly 2029. This could be major economic impact and social impact. When you think about all of the social programs that we have in this country, a lot of it has to do with more money coming at the top to give services out at the bottom, and that causes a problem. If we don't have more people making more money, putting it at the top, and there comes our whole fertility rate. So big problems could happen if this was to be a big trend.
Okay, Faisal, thanks very much.
Thanks for having me.
A new study finds many Canadians are still scrolling on social media sites, even though they might not like the companies. The Angus Reid poll found that at least half of Canadians use apps like Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram more than once a week, mainly to stay connected with family and friends or for entertainment. But 3/4 of respondents believe social media companies are having a negative impact on society. And half of users say it's negatively impacting themselves personally. Despite the frustration, people are staying on the apps.
If you look among Canadians that have used Facebook in the past, have used YouTube, have used Instagram, it's less than 1 in 10 in each case say that they did use it in the past and they quit it. So there's very few Canadians that are actually successfully quitting social media in a lot of ways.
As for how Canadians view individual apps, most respondents had a positive view of YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, while most had a negative view of X, TikTok, and Snapchat. We return to breaking news and a weapons call at Mount Royal University. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Ian, police responded to campus this afternoon after reports of a person with a weapon. A shelter in place was issued. It has now been lifted, and police are providing an update about the incident shortly. We will have all of those details coming up at 6. Also ahead, thieves broke into a family-run Ukrainian food shop in Mundare. Coming up, where the owner is offering 100 rings of sausage as a tasty reward for information leading to an arrest. Ian.
Thanks, Tara.
Hi. Hi. How are you?
After this trip, that RCMP bottle is going to be done.
If you're a fan of reality TV, you've likely heard the work of Calgarian Steve Dodd. Dodd has created music for multiple TV shows, from Keeping Up with the Kardashians to The Real Housewives of New York City to The Nature of Things. And this month, he's hosting a seminar in Calgary for aspiring songwriters. And joining me is Steve Dodd. It's wonderful to see you again.
Thanks for having me.
So you have written hundreds and hundreds of these music tracks.
And hundreds more.
For shows like the Kardashians.
Yes.
Do you ever worry you'll run out of ideas?
I should, but I don't think I do, and it might just be blind faith in the whole process. But I honestly think, as a creator, and most writers can hopefully relate, a lot of ideas are just floating around, and it's pretty easy to just make one up. Could be the art of BSing people, I suppose, but I've never really had an issue.
I guess your job really is to set the mood in a TV show.
Absolutely,
in which there's a transition where the Real Housewives are going on an adventure somewhere, and you're setting that up.
Yep, you bet. I had to do a lot of Italian pop for the Jersey Shore when they all, I think on some season, they all went back to Italy. To, all the Italian bunch on a Jersey Shore, which was, I think, maybe even all of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, they did this big trip to Italy. And I recall for 2 months I had to really dive deep because I don't play Italian folk music, in general. So I had to really dive deep into, okay, what instruments are used here? Do I need to buy anything? Let's see. And so you have to research kind of types of music that are not really in your wheelhouse, and then get into that mode of cranking those out and turning them in.
To see my extended interview with composer Steve Dodd, visit ctvnewscalgary.ca. We have a bit of a midweek slump coming up in our weather. More snow coming by Wednesday, Thursday. Danielle has the details just ahead. We got spring-like weather today. Terrific after a mixture of conditions over the weekend.
Yeah. Sunday kind of fell apart, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to fall apart again. We laugh because we're uncomfortable, because we just want this, just like you do. Okay, lots of sunshine out there today. 14 degrees is our high. It's also 14 right now, which is pretty fantastic. There are isolated showers and thunderstorms dancing around southern Alberta, including the chance in Calgary as we head through these next couple of hours. 13 degrees is our high for tomorrow. Stable, but more cloud cover tomorrow compared to today. So less sunshine and a little windier, 50-kilometer-per-hour gusts. Wednesday, later in the day, some showers kick in. Temperatures fall overnight Wednesday through Thursday. We're looking at wet snow, 2 to 4 centimeters, and by Thursday, just a high of -2.
Thanks, Danielle. The FIFA World Cup trophy made a stop in our city on Sunday, with thousands of Calgary soccer fans getting a close look at the prize. The 6-kilogram trophy is made of 18-karat solid gold. It's usually in the FIFA Museum in Switzerland, but it's on a 7-city tour across Canada. More than 6,000 fans in Calgary were able to take photos with the trophy. While no World Cup games are being played here, fans say the excitement is building.
Even though there's not going to be any games here, it's nice to see that we're getting the representation that I think we deserve.
You know what? You look at the weather here and you don't really think Calgary's a soccer place, but it's actually a pretty surreal experience when everybody can get together and come see the World Cup because it came to a place like this.
And the World Cup trophy will continue its Canadian tour with stops in Winnipeg, Montreal, Halifax, Ottawa, and Toronto. The World Cup itself kicks off in June. Thanks for thinking of it. Thanks for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.